Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Chosen Ones Ministry channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you are not new to this channel, still welcome. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell so that you're notified every single time that I post a video if you're not subscribed yet. Today I want to talk about Jesus as usual, but I've been back reading this book, and the book looked like this, and my second mommy gave this to me. They're little paragraphs that you can read every day, and it refreshes you. I found this very, very helpful, and it just breathes life back into you. Spiritually, it's just like, sometimes you just read. It's like the app Sprinkle of Jesus, but in a book version. So if you really love books, I would really say pick one of these up, and it goes by dates. So I'm reading from January 2nd, and it says, relax in my healing presence. As you spend time with me, your thoughts tend to jump ahead to today's plans and problems. Bring your mind back to me for refreshment and renewal. Let the light of my presence soak into you as you focus your thoughts on me. Thus I equip you to face whatever the day brings. This sacrifice of time pleases me and strengthens you. Do not skimp on our time together. Resist the clamor of tasks waiting to be done. You have chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from you. The verse, it also gives you two verses to go ahead and read once you're done reading this, and the two verses that it left was Psalms 105 verse 4 and Luke 10 verse 39 to 42. I want you guys to go ahead and look up those verses, but today I just wanted to get a little bit more personal and just talk with you guys. So kind of like a life update. I've been going through a lot lately, but when it comes to the higher the level, the bigger the devil. So when it comes to the fact of you growing as an individual, you have to expect the pruning season. You have to expect that season that's coming in order for your growth to be growth. So for me personally, I feel like I am definitely learning a lot, and I can't wait to share with you guys. But for now, I really wanted to talk about why this was so important to me. I feel like right now in this world, and if you hear noises in the background, it's because it's raining, so sorry about that. But right now, we're living in a time where it is absolutely so easy to drift away from God. The enemy makes it literally that easy for you to drift away from God. And you see, the problem that we have as believers of Christ is that we're sleeping on the fact that the devil is working overtime to make sure that we continue to stay sleeping, if that makes sense. The enemy is winning by default. We're not understanding that a lot of us are raised up in the church. A lot of us know better, but we're too busy sleeping, and we know that our time is short just as much as the enemy knows that our time is short. In the blink of an eye, our lives can be taken away from us, and we face God. What are we going to tell him? What are we going to tell him? We see so many people losing their lives. At the end of the day, we have to remember that God is in control of everything. God will allow the enemy to test you. God does not test us, but at the end of the day, we have to prove to him that we're not going to give up. We're going to get up and we're going to keep fighting. He's going to make you think, the enemy's going to make you think that you're lost, that you don't know who you are. You know who you are. And if you feel like you don't know who you are, find yourself within Christ. Don't go out into the world trying to find who you are, because you're not going to find yourself. You're always going to be lost. You're always going to be empty. For example, it was always a desire in my heart to be married at such a young age. It was a desire for me to be committed, save myself for the right person. But you see, the enemy knows your goals. He knows your weaknesses. Everything that you want to not do, He's going to make sure that he puts Billy, Jimmy, everybody in your way to stop you from your purpose. If that makes any sense. Me personally, I ended up getting into my first relationship. It took a lot out of me, but it also taught me so much. And I'm grateful for that predicament. But at the same time, it took me so long to get out of that predicament because I was being disobedient to God. You see, that goes hand in hand. When you're disobedient to God, He's not going to be forceful. God is not a forceful God. He's going to go ahead and let you. He's going to show you the signs. And a lot of the time, we're saying that we're lost, but God has already shown us the way, but we're closing our eyes. The signs are there, but we're closing our eyes, and I've been there. And the thing is the disobedience, it takes a longer process. So when we're in these relationships that has nothing, absolutely nothing to give to us, we're taking back the time where God is trying to prepare us to be everything that He's calling us to be. God is a very jealous God. He does not share His glory with absolutely no one. So when we take idleness and we put so many things before God, we take social media before God, we take the boyfriend before God, we take the friends before God, we take the food before God, everything. God sees all of that. It's time that we start doing exactly what this says. Placing God before everything else. And this is something that I'm not going to get up here and say, oh my gosh, it's so easy and we must do this, because the reality is the world that we live in today is so hard. It's very hard, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. But you see, the Bible warned us of these times that we're living in. So we can't sit up here and say, well, we didn't, God, I didn't know. No. He left us the roadmap. He left us the way, but we have to put the time out to say, God, today I give you thanks for this day. Today I ask you to renew my mind, to give me that burning desire to seek you, God. Give me the burning desire to sit down, be humble, and ask you for the knowledge to understand your word, because a lot of us are reading the Bible and we're not even understanding what we're reading. We're taking our own understanding from the Bible and say, hey, I did it. No, you can't put in 1% to God and expect 1,000% out. We want to bring Him out when we need Him. It's like a genie. I'm going to rub this, whatever it is, a bottle, whatever it is, I'm going to rub it whenever I need Him, and then I'm going to make all these promises, and I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that, and you go right back to your ways. The enemy knows your weaknesses, so it's time for you to start taking time out and get that one-on-one relationship with God. Talk to Him privately. Don't always say your prayers out loud. A lot of the times, we're asking for this, we're asking for that, we're asking for that, but we already doubt it. We're doubting it. And the Bible says that when you ask, you must believe it. So you're asking God to be set free from whatever it is, but you're not believing it. You're wasting your time. Step out on faith and believe in your God. Believe that He will take you out of whatever it is that you're facing right now. I believe that this season of my life is temporary, and I believe that my testimony will be shared one day. I believe that God will use me as a vessel, as a tool for His kingdom, for His glory, because all of the glory belongs to God. This has nothing to do with Sasha, but all for God's glory. I'm praying for you guys. I pray that all is well. God bless. Please be safe and have a wonderful day.